Hey, welcome back guys. So today's video, I thought what I'll do is I'll video a full week of what we do at EvergreenMAC. Obviously you'll see a bunch of Powerwalls, chargers and just other little bits that we've done on previous jobs that we had to finish off because it was obviously a house in development. So again, like always, I'll be going through bits throughout the video and obviously give you an in-depth talk on what's going on at the current time. So to kick it all off, basically as you can see here that I'm reinstalling a Powerwall on the job that, if you're not familiar with, we did, well, just the end of August. He had a solar edge system along with bird protection, which is in a few videos back. So here you can see obviously the overall Powerwall installation. The gateway is outside, but you wanted the Powerwall inside. Obviously this is in the garage. So yeah, big thumbs up there on the install. And here on the commissioning side, if you're not familiar with, I have to do all this when dealing with the Powerwall. Obviously update it to the latest firmware, do all the DNO part, all the meters and etc. But here is the last part where you can see it actually working in its prime. So there you can see it then obviously still pulling from the grid, but it's just the way it's balancing out and just understanding the house, and then it'll take over. So there as well you can see bouncing point to point, but it does take a good 24 hours just to get used to how you work in things and understand your house and etc. But then it'll just start to balance itself out as it's doing there. So obviously you can see there it's charging at 0.3 and just providing for the house. So like I explained before, we had the gateway outside along with the inverter and Zappy number 1. So there you can see obviously the display on the Zappy and everything else here. Obviously if I close that up there, you got yourself a mini Powerwall. But yeah, a great install on that one. So now on to the next Powerwall that we installed, which was not far from ourselves, actually a local job for once. William, really nice guy. Again, I did do a video on his install where he had bird protection all the way around. One of our biggest ever installs that we have done on a roof, so to speak, not a ground array. So yeah, onto the Powerwall. It was having it on the side of the house along with the solar edge system. I just wanted to keep in mind as well, it may look like we're just simply putting the Powerwall on the wall and going. A lot of the times when customers have solar and a Powerwall, we will put everything in that is needed for the Powerwall, and then it is simply a case of plucking it on the wall and then connecting it up and commissioning. And here you can see the pest protection all the way around, looking good as ever. I really love this stuff just purely because it makes it the install look more in-roof when it's an on-roof system. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, but yeah. So now back onto the Powerwall, you can see a nice clean job again. William wanted white into the Powerwall, so yeah, kind of complemented the inverter. So again, onto the commissioning, you can see there that the solar's going into the grid. Not suggesting that it does calm down like I said before. It's just because it's getting used to everything. Now the Powerwall's on, and there you have it. Obviously it's charging the Powerwall, and obviously the rest is going into the house. So a lot of the times as well, something might have kicked in the house, which is then interrupting the commissioning for the Powerwall. But then it will just balance itself out, like I said before, and it will just start to work. And then what we like to see is no grid happening, and then basically you're off grid. You're just using green energy. So now again, we like to perform backup tests. So there you can see the big X, which is demonstrating that it's in backup mode and the Powerwall is providing for the house. So another great install, but we have a lot more to go through yet, as it was a solid week. So let's go with it. So here we have a in-roof system that we did last April. Obviously this is a house that was being built from scratch, so when the roof was started to be tiled, we jumped on there and got them panels on. Obviously again, in-roof system is a lot more modern, a bit more expensive, but it just does look the part. So here he decided, believe it or not, a couple of weeks ago that he wanted a Powerwall as well. So when it come to installing the inverter, we decided to put the gateway in as well and the cable in ready for the Powerwall to go in also. He also had an air source heat pump put in as well, which is on the right there. But we come across and wow, I don't know what to call it, electrician or sparky that wanted to put a feed in for the garage, but also another thing that didn't need to be there because it could have been run off the cable that he put in the first place. So like I just mentioned, obviously the electrician that ever won the two cables here, you can see, yeah, he put a 50 amp fuse in to provide for the other board, when really he could have used the bigger cable just there and used it off that. But to put it in a simpler term, the cable just didn't really need to there. It was another expense that really needed to be done. So yeah, we kind of wanted to tidy that part up just for the work to look proper and obviously the customer to be happy. But anyway, here's the installation for the gateway and the solar, with the Powerwall coming soon, which will go in that section there, with the cable which we already put in will go into the side of it, and yeah, that'll be a complete job. So on to our last and final job of the week, so to speak. There was other bits in between, but I wanted to prioritise the main ones for the video. So this was a charger for a brand new Model 3, going ahead with a Zappy. And like always, we just want to make the job as neat as possible, especially for the customer, who is a regular viewer of the channel. And he kept saying how much I go on about how good the install is, and he wanted to see for himself, and he can put in the comments if he pleases. But yeah, great guy. Just had one little slight issue. So we was given a white one originally. The customer wanted a black. So me being me, I thought I'll come in my Model 3 and then change it, just because it was a local job anyway. And I'm going to show you some before, well, not before and after, just a difference on the white and the black. So that's it for this week. Please again send in some ideas of what kind of videos you'd like. But for myself, please like and subscribe, and yeah, peace.